Hi guys, Amy here, and welcome to yet another entry in our Shattered Inspirations series, where we explore what inspired the main characters of the twisted Shattered Glass dimension. In today's episode, let's delve into the heroic Decepticons and treacherous Autobots, based on the year 1984. Let's start with the characters we already discussed in the episode 0 of this series. Starscream is his Cybertron self with heroic Jetfire colors, Jazz, a generic evil version of himself with the personality of Mr. T. Thundercracker has his Action Master's color scheme. Laserbeam in the main Shattered Glass continuity has the colors of a ram horn and is a massive hipster. Now, let's begin with the new bios, starting with the leader of the evil Autobots, Optimus Prime. Once Optronics, a data clerk, he had a massive dream of one day taking over Cybertron with an iron grasp. After climbing the ladder of hierarchy, by lying and stabbing backs, he took the title of a Prime and named himself Optimus. Thanks to being a radical Optimus Prime, he got a lot of toys and merchandise. Apparently his color scheme was made just by hue shifting a photo of Classics Optimus. Added some cracked and scraped details, little till all are gone tomograph, and presto, you get the evil despot that apparently is supposed to sound like Venger from the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon.
But I am still strong enough to defeat Dungeon Master. Now we will let the fools lead us to the heart of dawn, where I will be the first to drink of its power, and the first to have my revenge.
A little update, I actually asked Jesse Wittenrich on Twitter to elaborate about it, and quoting him, "But it's a coincidence from what I know of what happened. Originally the color scheme had the faded indigo, but with dark red instead of purple, pushing further towards the Autobot but evil. Red to darker red wasn't visually distinct enough. So yeah, sorry for a clickbaity thumbnail. And under his rule, Optimus has a swarm of villainous Minibots. Brawn is a brawler, equipped with a pair of Nucleon shock gauntlets. His body is based on the movie 2007 Strong Arm. The choice of the toy was inspired by unreleased 2003 Universe Brawn, which was supposed to be a relic of Strong Arm from Energon. Bumblebee. We actually don't see him in the original FunPop stories, since he starts off the series upgraded to Goldbug, but when he appeared in the IDW take on the SG stories, he was based on the Select Bugbite toy. Maybe it's a reference to the animated take on Shattered Glass B, which was also directly based on Bugbite. Cliffjumper. We also don't see a lot of Cliffjumper, since the series starts with Shattered Glass Cliff being dead, as the comics universe Cliffjumper took his place as a cover-up. According to Shattered Glass Sideswipe, they personally are mostly the same, the only difference being that Cliffjumper in Shattered Glass universe is navy and gunmetal grey. Gears exists! That's all that we know about him. According to earlier mentioned Mr. Wittenrich, who was a writer for Shattered Glass Media, his design will be based on a Brazilian character named Pickup, being this lovely wine in pink. If I were to speculate about his personality, maybe he is a really annoying Optimus who always tries to look into things in such a cutesy way that makes the other bots sick. Windcharger is the same thing, he just exists, has colors of a Brazilian toy. Also really pretty. If I were to guess his personality, maybe he is a slow and calculated killer, as a contrast to his original self, and a Purple Guy reference. Huffer! As the main universe, Huffer is a grumpy engineer, his SG take is an ever-smiling optimist. If I were to add on to it, maybe he's the type of a person that's always supervising the jobs, since he is either too lazy or not skilled enough to do anything useful. If you want him represented on your shelf, get the movie 2007 Armor Height. To fight the evil forces of Minibots, Decepticons have the help of heroic Cassettecons. Rumble and Frenzy. Rumble is the rewind colored one, while Frenzy is eject colored. For personality, Frenzy is calm and collected, but he can explode in rage if angered. TFWiki claims his personality is a reference to Bruce Banner from the 70s Hulk TV show, while Rumble is dead. Yeah, when we first see him, he gets thrown into the smelting pool, and we never see him again. Ravage is probably one of the most famous Shattered Glass Transformers, since his comedic personality made him a bit of a mascot of the Shattered Glass series. Shattered Glass Ravage is a white and blue, as a reference to Kiss Player's Glit. He is a niche internet micro celebrity, loves tweeting and is all over a really cute kitty. And the IDW take threw it away just to make him speak like a guy from Brooklyn. Basso His yellow body is probably a reference to Autobot cassette Steel Joe, and probably a yellow bird reminded the Shattered Glass production team of Woodstock, a bird that speaks in Morse code from Charles Schultz's comic strip Peanuts. The devious Autobot cars arrive. Bluestreak is there! We only know he was part of Rodimus' team, and he's based on the Combiner Wars TFSS Bluestreak. Maybe as OG Bluestreak is a PTSD-ridden nervous wreck that covers up his issues by constantly speaking. This Bluestreak is a silent enforcer. Doesn't say a word, everyone thinks he's just a man of action, but in reality there is simply nothing going behind his antenna beside shoot gun. Hound. Hound is a master of fear that can manifest your biggest terrors with the help of his psycho projector. The whole idea behind his design is to take Classic's Hound and make him evil, but don't make him delirious. So instead, the artist made him based on the Batman villain the Scarecrow. Fun fact, his biggest fear is organic beings. His germophobia makes him seize as walking piles of filth. Ironhide. Just like his main universe self, Ironhide is the chief of security. His body is Diaclone-inspired black radical of his universe toy. I guess that he is the same Southern Texas man, just a bit more sadistic. Mirage. He is actually one of my favorite characters from the Shattered Glass verse. Represented by the Gente Gente toy, this Mirage was born with an invisible body. Metaphorically and literally, he was always ignored by his peers, but he used his ability for petty theft, until Optimus noticed him and sent him for a modification. Now as a gift, he isn't fully transparent, he is partially transparent. And now if he focuses, he can become fully visible. I love this cruel joke, but even after all of this, nobody cares about him. I would really love to own this toy one day. Prowl. Employed by the Autobots as a detective, he was known for being a master at finding clues and solving riddles. The issue is, no one knows how much of that was real, since there are gossips of Prowl faking all of his solved cases by putting the clues himself. His design is based off the Mexican release of G1 toy, and I really like this white and black detailing. I would love a new toy or media appearance of Prowl with those colors. Ratchet! Yeah, remember the surgeon mentioned in the Mirage section? That was Ratchet. A doctor who's proud of his work. The issue is that his work is the welding scraps of soldiers Optimus sent to him or gluing a massive amount of weapons to the bodies of his experiments. He kinda reminds me of TF2 Medic. For his design, Ratchet was energy on a roadblock in hospital scrubs green, but due to the misinterpretation that the light around him was green, with him just being white. Sunstreaker is evil. That's it. His design is based on Alternator's Dead End, as a reference to his design in that release being based on Sunstreaker. And yeah, that's it. Sunstreaker is a bad guy that shakes his fist at his gaudy tissues brother. Sideswipe. Inspired by his Armada self, this incarnation of Sideswipe starts as a sinister Autobot, ready to kill everyone Optimus Prime commands him to. But his ideas change when Optimus cleaned his friend Drench. Noticing that Optimus doesn't care about Autobots and sees them as tools, Sideswipe decided to join the heroic Decepticons. Sideswipe toy is also based on the unreleased universe Drench. Tradebreaker is blue and based on one of the Diaclone Toyotas. Sadly, there isn't that much about him, but he's probably happy and enjoys his life. Wheeljack! Oh boy. This dude is a pretty big thing. First, his color scheme is based on the Decepticon Action Master Slicer. Remember that for the future. As a person, Wheeljack is an angry and insane scientist. The Science Commission of Cybertron laughed him out of their ranks. But when Optimus needed some highly illegal and immoral weapons, who did he turn to? Yes, Wheeljack. Another weird thing about him is that he not only looks like Slicer, but sometimes he is Slicer. That just decided to escape the war in the Shattered Glass universe to join the Decepticons in the main universe. It's a really convoluted web of a character. To stop the Autobot cars, the Decepticons sound reinforcements. The form of earlier mentioned Thundercracker, Starscream, Skywarp, a friend of Starscream, also uses the body of Cybertron Starscream, but now colored like maybe it's supposed to be Cybertron Thundercracker. His character quirk is that he enjoys paranormal romance books, and Soundwave, or as he prefers to be called, Sir Soundwave. Sir Soundwave is a massive parody of 80s action heroes. Speaking in bodacious, quirky catchphrases, he teams up with his cassettes to bring some positive thoughts to the battlefield. As a toy, Sir Soundwave can either be the white release of music label Soundwave, a wide retool of Universe Ironhide, or a wide version of the G1 Soundwave. And the leader of heroic Decepticons, Megatron. Born from humble beginnings, Megatron rose up against Optimus' tyranny and started leading heroic Decepticons, taking the burden of leadership on his shoulders, ready to spread peace through Cybertron and the rest of space. As a toy, Megatron is a Redcove and a John Megatron in colors of his prototype animation model. Of course, Megatron isn't alone. He has his teammates and a little drone partner, Rambler. Rambler isn't based off anything specifically. I think the SG team just thought since Optimus doesn't have a roller in this world, Megatron needs to take out the role of their little partner owner. Rambler is represented by the tank that's energy on Megatron's cannon. By the way, I would love for Rambler to be added to the main universe. Roller should have his own little rival in the Decepticon ranks. With this, we finish the 1984 Shattered Glass World. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and tell me what repurpose is your favorite. Would you change anything? Please comment. Bye!